we're going to go to our very first poet of the night, Faleeha Hassan. Faleeha Hassan is a cultural ambassador. She is a poet, a teacher, an editor, a writer, a playwright, born in Najaf, Iraq, who now lives in the United States. Faleeha is the first woman to write poetry for children in Iraq. She received her master's degree in Arabic literature, and she has now published 25 books. Her poems have now been translated into 16 languages. Ms. Hassan has received many awards in Iraq and throughout the Middle East for her poetry and short stories. And her book, Breakfast for Butterflies, was nominated to the Pulitzer Prize in 2018, and her story was nominated to the Pushcart Prize in 2019. And she is the winner of the Moonstone Chapbook Contest in 2019. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Actually, I amazed by all these beautiful faces, and it's so nice to hear from you, Mustafa. Your name, Mustafa. Yeah, your poetry is like your poem is so amazing, and I thank you so much for sharing that with me, with us, and. Like I hope if there is a time I can read maybe 10 poems from my book Breakfast for Butterflies, this book, and but unfortunately all my poetry it's about war situation because as you know in Iraq we never faces any peaceful moment, all about war and kidnapping and killed. There is nothing, just war. Credible lies. Oh, Faleeha, how brilliant is your future? I whisper in my ear and pat my shoulder. Every morning, I open my day with a big lie. I tell myself, Faleeha, leave the news to the promoters of rumors and the houses being bombed by skilled pilots. They will be rebuilt immediately afterward. Leave Iraqi women to be sold in the Sabaya Bazaar in Mosul. Mothers will give birth to other daughters 9 months later. Don't worry about the man who sells his life for a handful of coins under the sweltering sun. One day he will be able to get a Chinese umbrella. Don't worry about your niece whose face now being eaten by skin cancer. She will get through Photoshop a wonderful picture for her profile on Facebook. Why do you look so long at picture of your friend who is missing from Kuwait war? He's lucky. He survived the darkness of grave. Oh, Faleeha, leave the children of Baghdad to wake up to valiant explosion. Music is no longer fit for their mornings. Write down the Mara's name on a piece of paper and place it in your old coat and leave it in the closet, or send it to the dry cleaners. I am tired of counting the names of Mars, and their war never ends. Faleeha, don't plant for the future. It's close as sniper bullets. I open my day with a big, big lie, but no lie can cover the scary truth. War Museum, thank you. War Museum. Whenever the dictators get bored of their long daytime hours, which they spend sitting on their stinking chairs, they open the door to their war museum and forces us to enter. We pay with our lives as a ticket for this entry to see the remnants of soldiers we played with in our childhood. A picture of my grandmother who, when she saw a precious face protect our orphan would come soon. A picture of my father military boot, which he lost in the border of city we thought belonged to us. Maps of cities where there is nothing left but their names melted into the tongue of kids. Women's abaya chewed up by the tread of tanks, models who could not find a deserving chest to hang on, large jars filled with the tears and sorrows of mother, and helmets, helmets, helmets of unknown soldier. But on the door of this museum, they put a big red sign, no exit. My father's feet. When I was a kid, I saw them running and running after the bus that took him to his job every morning and returned him to us late every day, carrying so much love in his heart and bags of food to our souls and our mouths starving forever. Running after our school books, which we were covering with our prayers to protect us from the sticks of our principal and teachers. Running after my mother, whose days all finished in different hospitals. And when I grow up little bit, I saw them still running, but in military boots, for days never ending, covered with the dust from Khurma Shahar and Dizaful. And when he stretched out his feet on the floor, we all ran to them with joy and like a big pillow filled with dreams, we slept on them. In night of war, my mother forced us to go to sleep before sunset. She told us, the warning siren will take the sleep from your eyes, just as the raid will take the houses from their streets. We run toward everything. We eat from fear of running out of food. We drink without thirst. And like chicks, we crawl into her abaya and sleep without sleeping. At dawn, we run toward the windows and open our eyes wide when we start counting all the destroyed houses around us and thank God for the blessing of sleep. Two soldiers. Let's celebrate. Let us run to that hill. Let us climbing up the remnants of that tank and sing. Let us drink tea under this burnt tree. Smoke our last cigarette. It's not every day that the war can make dead bodies, and we are not with them. my dangerous memory. Oh, great. Whenever I dream of birds, the cages fly above my head, and I will need all my lifetime to know which cage belonged to my dream. And then, whenever I try to remember my childhood, a bomb falls from my memory and crashes into my reality. What a lovely sunny morning, I told the girl. She was jogging in the forest. She smiled at me and said, "A soldier helmet's falling from your memory again." "Don't worry, I have so many of them," I told her. "Everything will be good," I say to myself, and I keep jogging from exile to exile as my friends keep running from the battlefield of one war to another and retaining as a pictures with the black frames. And this is the last poem, Scarf. Don't be scared of me. I'm not an alien coming from space, hiding its horrible sensor under its hood. I'm not here to attack you. No, don't be scared. I'm not female spider hiding in her web, trying to warp your body with my silken thread. I'm not a barbaric woman, just dance on the drums of death. I'm a woman like you, smiling like you, walking on my feet like you, crying, laughing, dreaming, and singing like you. The difference between us is in the war, I lost so many. It's a scarf, my scarf. See it, touch it, feel it. Don't let, don't let it cover your mind from seeing the real truth. Thank you.
Faleeha, that was so beautiful. Oh my God. Someone said in the chat, the mother of poetry. So that was really nice.
Thank you
There's a lot
so
of
much.
snapping. A lot of people said your work is just beyond beautiful. One of my favorite lines that kind of like took my breath away. I hope I'm not saying this wrong, so I'm sorry if I any errors in your poetry. The worldly siren will take the sleep from your eyes. And then there was another line where you said, "We drink without thirst." And I was like, oh, that was very gutting. Thank
Yeah.
you so,
Oh,
so
you're
much for
welcome. Thank you.
performing. I was so excited when I got your email and you said yes. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. But thank you so much for coming. And I guess we'll move on to the next poet.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you for including me. Thank you.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
my pleasure.